Welcome to the Uncanny Show.
And today we're going to talk about the Ouija board and especially why you should never touch it.
And also today we're going to talk about the spiritual messages from animals.
And besides that, we're also going to give you a recommendation what to play and what to watch this week. I'm Ben.
And I'm Carlos.
Do you believe in Ouija board?
Yes.
Okay, why do you think it's real?
Well, because it's a way to open the portal to other entities and energies that are around. So if you play with it, and if it gives you an answer, and if you feel it moving, obviously there must be something going on. Mm-hmm. The first time that that people have heard about it, I think it was in China. Mm-hmm. So in China, they have this discipline which was called Fuji. Mm-hmm. They will connect with the spirits using a planchette, and this planchette was dictating words, and they actually wrote a lot of books just using this technique. Then in Maryland, they actually created like the board, and they used it as a way to connect with the spiritual realm. And it was based on the idea of spiritualism. And why this business boomed was because after the Civil War, a lot of people have relatives who died. So they wanted to create a connection with them. And I understand, like, once you lose someone, you want to have a connection. We want to know
it's
if
like
they're correct.
It became a way to contact
right.
them. It's like they created this phone to call them.
So this technique, Fuji, it was a technique. So there was a school, Quanjan. And that school goes back to Wuhan. Does it ring a bell?
Where the corona started.
Exactly. Is there a connection to an energy that was released and it's still alive there?
Oh, but that's crazy.
If it has continued from that time to our time, there must be something true, right? Like,
I guess.
Before you continue, we have to go now and see what is the spiritual message from animals this week. What is the spiritual message from the owl? Owl spirit animals are symbolic of death in many traditions. In most cases, however, it should not be taken literally. If the owl is associated with death, it can be viewed as a symbolic death, meaning a transition in life, important changes that are taking place or about to happen. When the owl shows up in your life, pay attention to the winds of change. Perhaps you are about to leave some old habits, a situation that no longer serve you, or bring something new in your life.
Interesting.
This is something interesting. What does the owl say?
Who?
The owl.
That's what it says.
Oh yeah, correct.
Oh, hood.
It's hood. Yeah, it's hood.
But
hood.
But there's no T.
There's no Who?
I'm from Ukraine. Like in Ukraine, animals say differently.
They speak Ukrainian or what?
I don't know. Well, we don't. Owls say. I don't know what owls say in Ukrainian. It's just hoo. It's like the actual sound what it makes.
So the owl makes
hoo. Like cat meows, meowkat. A cow.
Yeah.
A cow muchit.
Muchit.
But it's
not a moo.
It translates to mooing. It's mooing, but muchit.
Muchit. And a rooster.
Кукарекает.
In Spanish is kikiriki.
Well, it's like кукарекает.
Is there
it's a verb. Message? That's a verb of the rooster kakaladoodling or whatever that word is.
So going back to the owl. So I thought it was a good thing to see it, but now it's kind of creepy for me.
It is, but there are always so many double entendres. Whatever that is, what I feel about an owl and how it presented to us is like as if it's guarding us. In the way, I have that sense of feeling, and I'm gonna go with it. Just like as if it's guarding our investigations, our explorations, and it's kind of watching over us with its like wisdom. It's like, okay, I see where you're going, I'll protect you, whatever.
So going back to the meaning, to the spiritual meaning, when you see an owl, I found this that is interesting. When the owl shows up in your life, listen and look out for the subtle signs that are around you. Your animal spirit guide is a great helper to be attentive to what usually goes below your radar, but it is now of particular importance.
Huh? Elaborate.
Basically, what I understand with this is that you have to be able to see what is not right in front of you, because that's what the owls do. They see on the dark,
In infrared.
in infrared or whatever
That we
color.
don't see. Yeah.
Yeah, they can see on like at night. So they can see things that we cannot see. So I think that the message about these two owls that we encounter is that we have to be open to things that we are not able to see. Probably because we're doing these scoutings, and we have cameras and all that, and probably we will not be able to see things, but we have to be open that we are actually
Right. Like
able to see things that most people can't, as just the owl can see things that most people can see.
so it's about being more open and kind of sensitive. Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty okay.
So let's continue.
And do you believe in the Ouija board?
Not really. See, like, okay. Well, this information kind of makes me reconsider, but yeah, I do believe in lots of paranormal stuff. Like, it happened to me in childhood and in my adult life. Like, I even saw a ghost together with my friends back in Ukraine, but I'm like super skeptic about Ouija board. It's like, I don't know. Well, mostly because it's people who are doing this stuff. It's, I don't know. There's something that I feel it's like kind of sketchy. Not sketchy. I don't know.
So you believe that people is moving it?
Yes. Yeah, I don't. So like, okay, I don't believe that Ouija board creates anything spiritual there. I think it's just people just playing, and it's just people moving. Yeah, because I don't know. Well, first of all, it's just a board. It's just a cardboard board with letters on it with yes and no, and just people placing. Of course, you get to move your hands around. It's like, come on, it's silly. It's just something. There's so many things. Like there's EMF. There's voices recorded on the recordings, and like it happened to me before. But this particular thing, like, come on, it's not. It's like, okay, if that was like a relic, a special place you go, like I don't know, that used to do Satanism or whatever. But this is just like a board.
Yeah, it's not the object itself. I do believe in it, and it doesn't have to be the actual original one or the first one created. It's just because you're allowing the spirit realm to communicate. It's like a phone. It doesn't matter if it is a cell phone or if it is an old phone. It is a phone. It is a way to communicate with the other side.
Right. So, but this is okay. The thing is, if, like, for example, okay, the fear is the demon's going to attach to you, you're going to allow it to yourself. They cannot possess you unless you allow them to. And this is simply, again, you allow them to communicate. You said that's why there are rules. It's like you're allowing yourself only to play because there's rules. You like circle it and like, spirits, we call for you, whatever. So, and then the game starts. And then when you finish it, you talk to the spirits and they're like, end the game. And then you leave. So you open it and then you close it. You don't allow anything to attach to you because that's how it like, that's important, like to know that demons, especially, they attach to humans and they can only, what's it called? Not infest. They can possess it. Thank you. Okay. They can possess a person by its own will, but that like the person has to say, yes, I welcome you inside me.
No, they don't have to say yes. They just have to willingly accept.
Yeah, willingly accept.
Which is different than saying yes.
So that's why demonic possessions usually start slow and then bring a person to mental and physical just meltdown when they're just like vegetables in like weird stage. And so they're like, their will is easily broken. But where you're a sane human being playing a game, you're not allowing anything up your ass. You're playing a game and nothing's going to enter it.
Yeah, but you're playing a game with something that you don't know how it works because
there are rules on the board. Okay, well, see, like this is
there's something that happens when you play with the Ouija board, and it's a way that somebody has debunked it And
Exactly. And that's what I wanted to point out. So basically, the
can I
debunk.
continue?
Sure. Who?
Can I continue?
Sure.
I was gonna say something. Like, ah. So these science behind the Ouija board is called the ideomotor effect, which if you're not conscious of your small movement of your muscles, eventually, like your brain is gonna think like, I want to move it to this word, and I want to move it to this word, but you're not consciously doing it. Is your unconscious. And subconscious. Subconscious. The unconscious is nothing. The subconscious. So the subconscious is the one who's guiding it, according to ideomotor effect. Yeah, theory.
Okay. I'm taking that to remember.
And just put it in a way that you remember it. Okay. No, that you're gonna lose it there. Okay. And then, but just imagine the amount of energy just to make all of the people move it towards one letter, towards one side, because they have to all move it at the same time if they're moving it, but they all have to synchronize the movement. And just imagine the amount of energy that has to be around that group of people to move it exactly to that letter.
But here's where you contradict yourself. Not yourself, but like, okay, so it's your subconscious mind willing to go to just towards spelling certain word, and it means someone is pushing it, and that's the answer. People are pushing this stuff.
Yeah, moved by the unconscious mind, and the unconscious mind is the first thing.
Subconscious.
That subconscious mind, and the subconscious, and the subconscious mind is the first thing that a demon will possess.
What about ghosts or whatever?
A ghost cannot possess somebody.
Well, so you're saying you only communicate through demons?
No. Like, so that's what I don't want to play with it, because if it is a ghost, I prefer not to know.
But before we continue, let's talk about the game of the week. It is Phasmophobia.
So what is it about?
It's a PC multiplayer game where you kind of play a role of investigator. It's like you gather around with your online friends and you go into a house and do investigations. Like each character has its own role and its own object, thus has a specific role in the investigation. Like one would have a camera and would have to like use night vision or whatever. Another one would have to take pictures. Another one would have a spirit box and had to like call out. And you use your headset. You actually speak as you're playing. Like, is there anyone here? And then you wait for a response.
And that's a game that you don't want to play alone in your house, because it has like all these elements that you feel when you go like into a paranormal investigation. Like you don't know what you're gonna encounter.
You can die there. You can. It's fun.
You become a ghost.
You become a ghost. I don't. It's like you can kind of interfere with your friends, but like also you have to like go and there's a journal that you have to fill in, and you have to like identify what kind of ghost you're dealing with. It a demon or like a phantom or like a poltergeist or whatever. And so it's a fun game. You should check it out.
Yeah, check it out. And if you play it, let us know in the comments. Or if you play it, please let us know. That's exactly what I just said.
Yes.
I will play that because it relates to us.
Yeah, but we need friends to play it too.
That sounded so sad. What do you mean we need friends? We have friends.
Well, we do, but we also need friends who play
online.
And we also need a PC. And we don't have a PC. And then we don't have friends. Well,
I prefer.
So here's my question. So here's breaking down. Okay. So I've tried, like, we done investigations. We're watching so many of them. And I want to play with a Ouija board. And every time I say it, he's like, no Ouija board in my house. Why I should never touch a Ouija board? What are the dangers of me playing that silly game on this cardboard box?
You can play it whenever you want. You can play it, but I will not allow in my house or in the place that I work. I will not allow that to happen. Why? Because you don't know what it's gonna answer. Once you realize like F word is moving, and then are you moving it? You're gonna say no, I'm not moving it, and no, I'm not moving it either. Oh, we're gonna get scared. And at the moment we were gonna realize like, oh, that thing is working. When that happens, you don't know who is moving it. Like who is moving your hand, because put your hand there. You have the planchette there. Yeah, you don't touch the table. You have the planchette. And then the way I see it is the ghost, what it's doing is moving it. So you're moving it, but you're guided by an energy that you don't see. That's why I believe there's something that is moving it. Your hand is moving it, but your hand is being moved by something else. And that something else, that's what I'm afraid of. It could be a demon or it could be a ghost, but I don't want to mess.
So basically you're saying that, yes, we are moving it, but we are being moved by the spirit?
Yeah. So, to be honest, I want to play with it. Like, I want to try it, but I don't want to.
Exactly.
But I don't want to open something that I cannot close.
But then we can close it.
But how do you know if you close it? Closed it.
I don't know. You find out. You Google it.
No, there's no Google in the spirit realm. Like, what are you gonna go? Like, okay, I'm going to the underground internet of the spiritual
I'm sure there
realm.
is some. Well, okay. Learning about that Ouija board actually has some history back in China, and that they were used to write books. That's kind of creepy. Well, and also I get it that basically while you're playing a Ouija board, you're allowing other spirits to actually use your body and move it. At the same time, with knowing that, I still want to play it. You know, like I feel like, yeah.
What about with Ouija days?
What?
I have the Ouija board right here.
You don't.
How do you know?
Because I know. That
How do you know? You're gonna play it if I pull it out?
Yeah.
No, that's not true. I just wanted to see his reaction.
I'm serious. I would play.
I will not let Ouija board enter my house, my car, my whatever it is that I move.
But what's the difference between? Okay, we went to the Griffith Park and we communicate. We try. Hey, if there's someone in the room, contact us. Move wherever, talk to us. Blah blah blah. Whatever bullshit. But what's that? We're trying to communicate. What is the difference between communicating this way and through the Ouija board?
If you think it really good, when you go to different place and you use EMF reader or whatever instrument you're using something externally. In this way, in this board and in game, you're using your own body. So you're allowing
the spirits using
exactly, and you're not saying possess me. You're letting them in by using it. You're like, okay, you can use my body to communicate. You're opening the door to something that can enter your brain, your thing that is there. Mm-hmm. Okay, and no. You're allowing that thing.
You're done like this.
Actually sounds.
Yeah, it's hollow usually. Well, not really. Well, never mind.
Actually, sounds hollow.
It's because it's liquid.
It's the hollow brain.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
So now, we have to go and see what is the movie recommendation of the week. And the movie of the week is Paranormal Activity. And why do you like it so much?
I like that it's like made as a found footage.
It has all these elements to make you feel like scared. Mm-hmm. Like you have this uncanny feeling.
Yeah.
Why? Because it makes you feel like you are there, like you are the one who has the camera, and because it makes you feel that it is real.
Yeah, it's like it's really good in creating the atmosphere. Like you're sitting and waiting for things to happen, like repetitive camera motions and movements, and there's just a still shot. You waiting for things to happen, which in the first movie was like, okay, oh my god, the door opened, oh my god, but it's like that's it, just the creak. But then it evolves, but you kind of get into it. So like the first one, it broke the record of like the best box office because the budget was like 15,000 and it made like I don't remember how many. It was like 300 million.
It just broke. The box office.
Yeah, it broke the box office.
What do you think? It is interesting. Watch it again and let us know. I think horror is not only for Halloween. Horror is for the whole year.
It's all the time, but it's especially now.
But when it is cold And when it is the winter and
You like cuddle under the
Yeah,
blanket and
you-
you're like, ooh.
so the recommendation for this week is paranormal activity. Okay, so
Well, okay. So, we'll say okay. So, you make valid points about why you shouldn't touch it. I see that it can be a little bit dangerous in case there's a demon around and you would try to attach or whatnot. But still, I would, I don't know, like I would use some precaution. Like I would get some protection, or I don't know, but I still want to play it. You know, it's like I'm still skeptical about it. I'm 100% skeptical simply because I've watched that video when they're debunked it, when their people were blindfolded or you playing the Ouija board and they just spelled nonsense.
yeah,
And it's just like, it was kind of
I-
like, okay, it's like, it's
I saw
it's
that
nonsense.
that video too.
It's
Is
bull.
just in case people want to watch it. Is on Brain Games, and they do the debunking. And yeah, like I know that there could be something.
You're a conscious person who can
now
say no.
no,
This
yeah,
is
no,
enough
but
is enough.
No, but
Demon.
you're at the moment you're playing it. You're saying yes. You're saying use my body, enter my body to create a connection. You are allowing them. And what about if this energy just enters for that moment and I like it here.
You set boundaries in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, but a demon will not respect those boundaries. A ghost will. A demon won't. We were doing a research on the Queen Mary, and with everybody told him, do not touch the planchette. He actually took the planchette. He recorded. He looked through it. Everybody got crazy because we were
everybody was
not
like,
only in the
as
in
if
the Queen
I-
Mary.
Oh my
We
God.
were in the most haunted room of the Queen Mary, and he did it.
Nothing's gonna happen to it. There's a movie, and there's reality, and there is also like legends and stuff. It's a little hypocritical of me to say this because I believe in paranormal stuff. I believe in legends.
Don't hit the
and
table.
I believe in stuff, but I'm still very skeptical about Ouija board, and that's where I
Well,
stand.
I don't want to play with things that I cannot control unless there is somebody who has experience and knows what that person is doing, and that person can guide us and has a record of being able to.
So you
to
would do
close.
it with a psychic.
With a psychic that has a really, really good experience with it. But all the psychics that I know, when I ask them, there's like, don't play with the Ouija board.
But yet psychics play with the Ouija board.
No, certain psychics. The psychics that I want to talk about are not, are more like into the angel realm than into the demon realm. So I want to talk to these psychics who knows how to protect themselves from demons. I don't want the ones that actually use black magic. And we're using black magic, by the way. That camera is a black magic camera, Ursa Mini Pro. You can get it on the link. No, that's not. That was never mind.
So would you play a Ouija board? Have you played a Ouija board?
If you have had an experience with a Ouija board, if you had any bad experience, leave us a comment. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys. Please leave a like if you like this video and click that subscribe button just to support our channel.
Yeah, and even if they don't like the video, if they give us a like, that will be cool, right? Or
No.
and see you next time on the Uncanny Scouter Show. Bye-bye. Bye!
A blue one.